Why the Gasly tractor incident is even worse than it seems. Now, this is a video I was not expecting to be making for you all, especially considering the fact it's at Suzuka of all places after the catastrophe that occurred with Jules Bianchi in 2014. But alas, we are talking about a tractor being on the track after Carlos Sainz lost control of his car and hit the wall just after the hairpin at turn 12 on lap 1. For whatever reason, the FIA allowed a tractor to come onto the circuit whilst the cars were still going round the track. Yeah, that's right. An actual crane when the visibility was next to nothing and the drivers are going 150 kilometers an hour? Ridiculous. The track conditions were evidently horrendous the minute the cars started the race and headed down towards turn 1. There was no surprise factor here. You not only had Sainz crashing, but also Vettel turning into Alonso and Zhou Guanyu spinning, clearly treacherous conditions. Pierre Gasly, who got caught up in the lap 1 incident and had to pit, was far away from the pack on the next lap. It wasn't until he was 2 seconds away from the tractor that the red flag was flown, which is nowhere near enough time to react. Not only this, but the FIA stated, as conditions were deteriorating, the red flag was shown before car 10 passed the location of the incident where it had been damaged the previous lap. That is a troubling statement for me, and why it's even worse than it seems. There's no accountability. Yes, factually, Pierre Gasly may have passed the tractor when it was red flag conditions, but it doesn't really take into account that there is no way he could have reacted in time. The whole debacle was without a doubt a massive F-up from the FIA to allow such a vehicle on the track in those conditions. Now, it's not just my opinion, but a whole host of drivers weighed in on what happened. Lando Norris tweeted, "WTF? How's this happened? We lost a life in this situation years ago. We risk our lives, especially in conditions like this. We won a race, but this, unacceptable." Sergio Perez also went on Twitter and said, "How can we make it clear that we never want to see a crane on track? We lost Jules because of that mistake. What happened today is totally unacceptable. I hope this is the last time ever I see a crane on track." There was also an interview with Pierre Gasly himself, which I would highly recommend listening to. One key message he said is that if I would have aquaplaned like Carlos did the lap before, I would not be standing here and there would be another one after Jules. Pierre did end up getting a 20-second post-race penalty and 2 penalty points on his licence for speeding under the red flag, which on its own seems fair as he was recorded going 260 kilometers an hour, but is also completely isolated from what we've been talking about in this video. The FIA need to ensure this never happens again, that's clear. And to be honest, I thought it was clear after 2014. And that particular crane wasn't even directly on the track. It is completely unfathomable how this has happened and needs to be reviewed step by step as to why this actually occurred. The FIA don't ever take accountability, but this time they need to. I doubt we'll hear any of it as the general public, but as long as they're clear and transparent with the drivers and make changes, that'll do. Nothing catastrophic happened today, thankfully, but relying purely on luck is something the sport cannot do. There you have it, a look into the near miss we had at the Japanese Grand Prix. What's your take on the situation? Let us know in the comment section below.